out the window and look at these giant phenomena out in the universe, reminded that there is a world out there too. You sleep early, and when you wake up, you will feel this fresh breeze and the sand sort of raining on your window with this slight tapping sound. The air is filled with this really dark bluish glow. You will wake up and walk down the stone stairs. There is a wood fence that is broken, and you step out into the streets. It is quite cold, and your sandals and feet hit the sand. Rick, what do you look like when you walk out into the street?
Rick is still in his armor, fully plated up and ready. He had cleaned it in the night before, had time to clean everything. And his warhammer from all the blood, and kinda there's like a few like duct tape a bit on the hammer because it got damaged last time in the fight. And the hammer is on his back as he walks forward, towering over most other people here, looking intimidating, with his right robotic arm tenting up every now and then because he's still working on how to control it well. As he's walking forward, looking around, see if anything suspicious, and just kind of waiting for what other people will do.
Daniel.
Daniel's outside, wearing his local disguise, puffing away at a low stick after using a lighter that resembles more of a sniper round, if not an autocannon one, to comfortably light his said low stick. Drapes and straps of cloth hands around him as he covers his backpack, his armor underneath it, as well as his weapons underneath this poncho or robe-like clothing. His mustache, surprisingly, extremely well kept, and his rebreather on his neck.
Zeta Beta.
Alright, you see a mix between a tech priest and a Skitari. As you see the mechadendrites of this mechanic, obviously Mechanicus now. He's in this somewhat torn up robe. Can't really see his face underneath the mask due to the fact that he doesn't have anything underneath there at the moment. You can see he has various swords on him, one chained and one just a regular sword. Definitely decorated for Mechanicus.
Sorry. Go ahead.
A definite technical wonder to the eye. But in truth, it was meant to be just a weapon.
Nice. Arlene.
When everyone retreats to their rooms, it's still when everyone sets to sleep, it's still sun is still up. Avrilyn instead settles in the common room of the house. The furniture has all been stolen or broken, so it's an empty room with some debris lying at the edges. She kneels in the middle of it and produces a small ball of flame in her hands, and she sends it into the opposite wall, where some closet where no one sleeps, and it hits the wall, leaving a small singed mark, and retreats back, and she does it again. And when everyone rises, she's still sitting there with the same ball in her hands, only now it's bigger, and and her hands are all singed and blistered. And in the place of on the opposite wall where the singe mark was, like a round, perfectly round, molten hole. She rises to her legs with a great deal of effort. Obviously, they've been numbed by the long sitting, and there are dark circles under her eyes. It's obvious that she hasn't slept at all. How much fatigue would that be?
We're just doing the intros for now. Bob. Are you here, Aaron? Nope. Oh. He unmuted, I think.
I think the mic's still not working.
Alright. That is the end, and you will all be waking up, walking out, catching the beautiful night light. A few lamps are lit further down the streets. A even and calming wind blows from the west, and you can see occasional garbage and paper roll down the street. There's cobblestone roads with a little bit of sand between, and there's a light from a distant sun beginning to cast shadows, just barely rising in the horizon. Around you are these 3, sometimes 4-story buildings built of dull yellow and grey brick, with small balconies stretching down across the streets, which are pretty empty right now, aside from a few dirty workers tending to some menial labor. Occasionally you can see a religious person walking through the streets with their hood on, and they will slowly look up and look at you with equal measure of fear and respect. People, whenever they walk through the streets, they will either stop and walk away or bow politely. You can also see these torches lined up through the streets, and occasionally a guardsman on a street corner. Huge statues and shrines to the planet's saints as well. Where do you want to go? And if you want to have a RP sim, feel free.
How do? Who was it that spoke with the followers of Danu about this cultist meeting?
Well, that would be your endearing leader. I've heard him shimmer outside in the morning. She was needed elsewhere. Guess had more pressing matters to attend.
So you heard him speak with them. Perhaps could you? Do you think they would recognize you?
They would recognize the persona I played at the time, certainly.
Oh.
They may coincide me as someone Sam would have, or the character Sam was playing at the time, would have known, as I was very close to him, watching him.
Do you think if we want to investigate these rituals, do you think we should approach in the open under our persona or attempt stealth?
Well, since you asked, my personal belief would be, how much of a risk do you want to take? If you're willing to risk both body and soul, I suggest we attend at the rituals as locals, while behind us there would be a raiding force ready to support us, where we obviously are about to tear down whatever ritual is taking place. If you're feeling a bit more jittery, I would suggest just a raid the church itself, although there would be unforeseen complications from such actions. There is obviously a reason why the church hasn't been raided and been allowed to operate so obviously on the streets.
I guess we should approach them in the open then. Indeed, we lack the intelligence to make a precise strike.
Well, we know that we've been invited to a ritual they're planning to perform at night. But it's the cost of opportunity. Let's just call it. If we approach them, obviously, they may even subside said interactions or even go deeper underground with whatever their buffoonery is. But it will be just treating the symptom, not curing it. In the long run, they'll do it again.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, if they told you about these things, I guess it was implied that you could potentially attend. No, it would make sense.
We were all there. Any of us could attend, as they considered us part of Sam's retinue. They wouldn't just extend an invitation towards him alone.
Rick, do you know how the guard conducts such operations? Do you do anything like that? Any stealth missions?
I see you're a bit desperate asking the Imperial Guardsman with the large hammer for intelligence operations doctrine.
I thought that the guard was very varied in its strategies and skills, and they could do anything.
Oh no, they do. But they also have specialized units, and if I were a betting man, I don't think our boy Rick here was in such a unit. No offense, of course.
Well, I guess the direct approach is all that remains to us.
You will see occult symbols around you, statues, especially around this massive stone building across the street. As you stand outside a metal fence and a small garden, these majestic pillars can be seen across the fence. Windows closed, and the door seems to have been boarded up. No people to be seen around the Temple of Danu. But you see the temple clearly from where you're standing.
Seems that they are not the type to be early birds. Lazy for insurgents. Perhaps they're not yet done with whatever they were doing last night.
Let's approach without drawing too much attention from the outside. We're supposed to be
In official capacity.
attending a secret meeting.
So you want us to be disguised as the locals?
Well, yeah, we still have our disguises, right? What do you think?
We
think they
We do.
require?
We're wearing them right now, but the question is, are you willing to do so without backup?
Oh. Hmm.
And do you think that the current people here, which are, and I'm afraid I only need one hand to count them, except that, well, Cybermastiff, are enough to suppress an entire cult?
I wouldn't know.
Well, let me remind
Nice.
that cults usually have more than our motley crew as a organization.
Mhm.
If you're so desperate as to take direct approach, you should requisition him Astra Militarum support, young lady.
Do you think the Astra Militarum would be capable of mobilizing without drawing attention?
If we can afford them and their planet site, we should ask their commander if such retinue exists under his command.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we have time for that? I can facilitate the communications.
I checked my chrono. What's the exact time, Morten?
Around late night.
We could. If anything, I can watch him for you, if you're so desperate.
Should I be the one in charge?
No, but
Sure.
I like your initiative. Should I mayhaps speak for thee? I presume Sam has established a chain of command should he be absent, as any good leader should, and that's why you're taking such initiative.
Well, you see, we had some losses recently. So we are kind of improvising right now.
Improvising, are we now?
She looks really put on the spot.
And you decided you're the best to improvise at this moment.
Well, I'm fine if you think you can do that.
No. Do not take this as an offense towards you. I actually enjoy someone young with initiative. They tend to be the most valued acolytes in the future, or the soon to occupy a casket.
Oh.
But no pain, no gain, as they say.
If you have your vox, yes, I think contacting commander and asking for some troops capable of stealth is a very good idea, and keeping them nearby but not so close as to so that they wouldn't raise their alarm but would be able to respond if need arises.
If I would be so bold, I would also suggest that we ask for the Adepta Sororitas that you've taken with you to assist said troops.
Is that a good idea? Are they
Oh
seem rather...
no, they are discreet not, but when you need heavy firepower, which in any siege, and if you want people to reach you fast, she will blast through whatever is between us and the army.
Can we tell them to get ready, but not tell them a location? To just tell them to stay to be somewhere a little further away.
For them to gather up and for them to give us an ETA, should we notify them to assault?
Yes.
That's a lot of deduction and planning. Consider me impressed. Although elementary in nature, I must say. My expectations of you were mayhaps low, but still, very well done.
Thank you. Also, perhaps one of those forces should have a psycho with them for communication. I was thinking of using astral telepathy to set this all up. But if you can vox them, that's better. It's more like I think it's less likely that the Eldar are capable of listening in on vox communications than picking up on psychic signals nearby.
That is true. And judging from their level of technology, it seems abstract in nature, and I doubt any dead priest would find an issue laughing at them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Laugh at what?
Don't you have a master to answer to, Skitari?
Unfortunately, I do not. I've been promoted to a tech priest.
Oh, unfortunate indeed, Skitari. You're right.
Oh, that's a good thing, right? Well,
Relatively.
not that your master died.
Fortunately for you, I am not chained by a behavior chip.
By what?
You get an inspiration point, Ripsa.
Yeah. A behavior chip. It is all within most Skitarii out there. Those who do not receive a behavior chip are usually on different forge worlds. Those usually are either from people who volunteer, or, by coincidence, like myself, was not given one. So I can rise to the rank of tech priest, which I had to.
What is a behavior chip?
Behavior chips are what helps a tech priest communicate with all other Skitarii to program them to do various tasks, such as mounting an assault in a precise position, with precision, of course, and in some cases, using Skitarii as cover.
The behaviorship is also the reason why a lot of people consider the Skitari barely above servitors.
Indeed.
Program them. So it's not like just a communicator. It makes them obey you.
The tech priest imposes his very will upon the Skitari. Their emotions, their state of being, matters not. Their variations that require to be expunged. Thus, they shackle them. They are like passengers in their own bodies. I heard it described. I'm not sure, you should ask. Zeta Beta, what is your opinion?
My opinion is that this is for the greater good of the Mechanicus. If troops are not deployed in an exact moment, or in a way that would benefit, it would be catastrophic. But we do see that the Imperial Guard does well without this behavior chip, yet many tech priests would actually argue against it.
They are gains. It's a battle of benefits. The Skitaris cannot adapt as fast as the Guard does, and their soldiers present no initiative. Therefore, a tech priest is always required in attendance to make tactical decisions.
Those things sound horrible.
Oh.
I'm glad
The
this was done
Mechanicus
by-
doesn't see it that way.
Of course not. We do not. It is just a norm. I
Alright.
myself was supposed to be one of these people with a behavioral chip. I was told this inside my pod by my handler. But I never got it.
So you must have been you must be of a new batch.
Relatively new.
This young lady is what we in the Imperium call a false man, a product of a Vita womb artificially created by the Mechanicus through eugenics program to serve as the perfect soldiers. All unnecessary genes have been expunged, and the necessary ones have been allowed to flourish.
So you were made?
Correct.
She stares at you like you're some sort of ghost. But you look, well, mostly human.
They are. Although natural birth is more respected in the Imperium, the Mechanicus has no such social stigma. If you're efficient at what you're doing, it's sought as have been desired. And natural birth is messy, the genes get tangled, you don't get the optimum result. And by all means, he's no different than you and I, although some mutations may appear in certain corners, such as an extra finger here, paler complexion there. But he's no less human than you. Far less human than me, of course, but that's because of my purebred genes.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm part of the nobility, young one. We are selectively bred because our compatibility with the original humans are 100%. Those of non-noble birth are somewhere between 99 and 90%. 92 for my planet specifically. Everyone below 92 and still reaching 85 is considered a abhuman. And below that, they're the mutants.
Oh. I have no idea where I fall there. But I'm glad you weren't implanted with this chip. Is that better?
Indeed, the Mechanicus has a greater degree of flexibility which heavily requires. Just like the Inquisition right now, believe it or not, you were never meant supposed to see the field.
Yeah, I get that. I was hoping that...
Was she supposed to be a cleric of some kind?
No, we don't serve the same structure as yours. Tech priest, Zeta Beta, yeah, as he says with a toothy grin. She was supposed to be an astropath, serving as a communication relay in the Grand Cruiser. She was not supposed to be here, yet due to the current circumstances, the Inquisition is not allowed to pick and choose. And outside contractors are hired for more direct help. If it were up to me, young lady, I would have removed you from this theater as fast as possible, but after you've seen so much and experienced so much, I'm afraid that you have more in common with the acolytes than your own colleagues by now.
She shivers. I wish you were here a few days ago.
I wish it didn't come to this, yet here we are. But fear not, this is an opportunity which you should take hold of.
Let's do that. Can you contact
Right away, young lady.
The guard and the sisters?
The sisters, I know not of any additional sister units, but I can guarantee that I can get a connection with the acolyte here, Llewellyn.
Oh.
She has the physical capabilities of battering the ram, and please do not say that I said this, but also the personality of one.
Oh. Well, sometimes being direct is good.
Not always. Which she unfortunately forgets. Now, I shall not hold you any longer. I have a call to make, if you'd excuse me.
Sure. And,
As your tech priest, I've gathered small intel from my previous handler. I am to learn everything about being a Churigan and a tech priest. While also fulfilling the function as a Skitari.
And you thought the best choice to approach that problem is to ask Imperials for how a tech priest should behave. I'm afraid that your results may be a bit biased.
I am sure that if I do the probability of... As you see him just freeze, his Mechadendrite start twitching a little bit as he basically goes blue screen.
I really hope that's how you tech priest soul search right now. Now, give some breathing room to the young lady for her to sort out her thoughts, as I am about to call the local captain. And Morton, can I get in contact through Vox with the Imperial Guard captain?
Out of character. We can do all the logistics you need. What do you want to do?
I want to requisition for a raiding team out of sight and out of reach. Preferably 10 minutes away. When we infiltrate, should we get in trouble? For them to be alerted, and in 10 minutes be able to raid the Church of Danu.
Do a simple influence test.
Okay. I'm gonna use Scandalous Social as a faith point to gain a bonus to a single influence roll. This isn't requisitioning, right?
No.
Okay, it was. Success with 2 additional.
You will speak with the local commander, not the general, and will be granted a guard squad. Or rather, they have someone available right now who were previously just watching over the Pantheon. They will rotate, move up through the streets, give you their exact location. They're a few minutes away.
Excellent. I would also request, if possible, Llewellyn to be with them.
You will pick up your Vox caster and hear an annoyed voice. Yes.
Oh, Llewellyn, my dear, how is your bloodlust?
Now I'm sleeping.
Well, I'm afraid that the enemies of the Imperium never sleep, and as such, we require your skills at dispatching them. I wish, if possibly, for you to join a raiding group that will be notified to take down the Xenos worshippers in the Church of Danu.
Why weren't I informed earlier?
This is just been found out and the plan has been prepared. You are the first person to be notified, as I'm certain you appreciate this effort.
You will hear some rustling and moving around. Have my sisters returned?
I have heard none of their statuses at the moment. I'm afraid they are not so willing to share their current locations with me.
Nevertheless, it was good just to see them again.
Family
You
is
will
all we
hear,
have, don't we?
You will hear a microbead be put away, and before she goes on her way to meet you.
Meet the strike them. They are that squad.
She will be within proximity.
As for the rest of us, we keep that disguises we had when we infiltrated.
We can go back to the scene. It's still late night. Anyone can roll a d100.
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Damn. I feel like something is not normal, Morten. I feel like something is not right.
These are just the missing rolls that you should have rolled earlier, I think. They're all coming now.
Yeah. Bro, we're missing so many nat ones that by then.
So, you're looking at the guard squad down the street. They give you a little salute. Eventually you will hear in position from Llewellyn.
Excellent.
Let's not contact them directly.
Of course. But I have... it seems that you have noticed them. Very good, young Retrolite. As you've requested, I have made the necessary arrangements as per your requirements.
Thank you. It's... I'm gonna feel much more confident walking in there now.
I aim to please, and despite my old age, I have never once left a lady unsatisfied.
She blushes and looks away. Let's go. We have a job to do.
But of course.
Zeta will look over and go, "Oh, you've satisfied them? That is grand. How did you fill out their paperwork?"
Through different bureaucratic means, but I'm afraid it's not only that. Dances, as well as diplomatic missions of various natures, also are required. Different women from different organizations requires, different skill sets at all times. I'm certain a technique such as yourself will surely learn. As he looks more closer to you, Zeta Beta says, well, most of them.
Daniel, inspiration point.
Ireland walks a little further forward, trying hard not to be a Smith.
Now, if you would, young one, I believe that I should take the center stage here, as I am more experienced in such means. Covert in nature.
Sure.
Grenades will be primed and ready.
Have them underneath your clothes, if necessary in your backpacks, if they're too large.
Understood.
If necessary, make sure you have your concealed weapons ready.
Ripsol will look at the two protruding swords, or like on his side. Oh. Understood.
Worry not. Zeta Beta, from my experience, a 12-inch blade never loses reception. So you're good.
This is a 2-foot sword, sir, and a chain sword.
Still less loud than a actual unsuppressed pistol.
Just make sure to keep a cloak over them.
Understood. And he would just try to cover himself with the cloak as best as he can.
Now, gentlemen, let's infiltrate a group of Xenos worshippers, shall we? As he claps his hands and proceeds towards the Temple of Danu.
The second I took a bite to eat after 30 minutes of
Fuck
exposure.
you.
That's unbelievable. The timing is unbelievable.
I could smell the GM lacking.
Anyone else want to do anything?
Give him some extra time to eat, maybe. No, we can do something. Damn. Young lady.
Yeah.
Before we proceed.
Okay, we're good. Sorry.
Okay.
Daniel, you will walk up to the temple. It is dark. There's no one there. Vast pillars, statues, occult grimoires look like these lizards looking over you, similar to this picture. And there's this dramatic blue light casting shadows down to the ground. It is very ominous, and you feel like something or someone is watching you. Everyone in the group do a stealth test. You get a -30.
We were invited to partake in the...
If you want to sneak in.
Oh, do we want to sneak in? I don't think so. No.
Okay.
We
Then
tried to.
you walk towards the street, the stairs. Oh, you want to try?
Yes, we're knocking at their front door. As we are disguised as the pilgrims they have seen before.
Fair enough. We'll stop at the street. By the way, Bob, are you here?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What do you want to describe Bob as you walked up to the temple?
Well, as Bob walks up to the group, he has a microbead in his ear, and he's looking about and just rather confused, but is literally a slab of meat covered in rudimentary armor. He has an autocannon and just goes, "Oh, that's you. I was supposed to look after the little ones."
Bob. As we approach the door and immediately see him and check left or right to see if anybody's spotted us and just push Bob as fast as possible to be, Bob, what is your disguise?
My disguise is, I could be one of those fancy hat peoples.
Well, we don't need that. I see that you had the wiseness to at least not repeat all of you. But cover your face, good man.
Why do I want to cover my face? Because I can't see.
Because we play pretend right now. We're gonna play pretend that we're not gonna kill the Xenos worshipping heretics. And then we're gonna stop pretending once Llewellyn and the Imperial Guardsmen are gonna come knocking at their door with explosives.
We don't
Why
know
don't we just go in and smash them?
because the important ones, the Xenos themselves are likely to be hidden somewhere. We need to find them first.
Not only that, I fear that there's something to discern of the nature of their ritual. So we're doing smart people things first and then smashing second. You understand?
Not really, but, okay.
Do you know what you should be doing?
I was just told to look after the little
Stop. There, right there. You shouldn't do that. The orifice, your mouth, make it smaller, make it tighter. No words, only nod. Do you understand?
Don't speak.
Exactly, which you have failed once again to do.
Not
You can speak as much as you want once the smashing starts.
you promise.
I encourage it.
Alright.
Once the smashing starts, I want you to sing hymns to the Emperor, to say grace to him.
But not
As
before.
as much as your lungs can do, but not before, as the young lady said.
Alright, I'll say nothing.
Good man.
But once the smashing starts,
You smash and say whatever you want.
alright. So how do I play disguise?
You just walk as you normally do, as I make some minor adjustments here, and just stay close to us and don't say anything. Can you do that? If need be, hold Zetabeta's hand and let him guide you.
Alright, will do. Is you seem to be the boss moment.
I am just the best suited for this moment. It's all our young lady's plan here. An ingenious one, if I may add. Now, game faces, everyone.
Aaron, you get an inspiration point. And you will all walk up to the stairs. The wind is blowing behind you, some sand whipping up against your cloaks. As you look up to the night air, the torch next to the door flickers and gives off a little flame, burst of flame that hits your faces, lighting up the scene in this ominous red glow as the door slowly opens. You'll see a man standing inside. He's wearing a studded leather vest, which is dark blue and has white pants and a white shirt. He looks well groomed and hair slicked back, quite old. He nods one by one as you step into the building. The wind from outside subsides and you sort of feel your heartbeats rising as you step into the marble hallway. Across the foyer you can see this bookshelf that Sam did his studies on, and you see the scenes of your previous deeds, including the statue where you had the insight, and all the scenes sort of flashback as you see last night. The man will take off his coat that he had hanging around his shoulders and hang it on the rack. Please feel free to make yourselves comfortable. Whenever you're ready, follow me.
Daniel will still pretending to be a local. His breather hidden underneath the cloth below his nose, as to not discern that he needs additional apparatus to healthfully breathe the atmosphere. He nods as he pretends to take certain moments of breath and talk to the rest of the acolytes, saying, "Oh, how joyous it is that we finally seek salvation from these star people. We're gonna see the goddess from our dreams. We'll finally find wisdom." And so on and so forth. As
Danu provides, as
It will
always.
be good. My dreams have been troubled lately, and today I couldn't sleep at all. There's some kind of presence in the air after this.
Inquisitive and nosy, he sort of stops while taking your whatever you want to leave behind. Oh? You had a dream?
More
Please.
from nightmare.
Do share.
It's after these things arrived. I've been trouble sleeping. It's like this constant pressing feeling. I don't know what it is. Like,
Ah, I know. He will raise his finger in the air. The device. It can reach out to you sometimes and give you visions. Perhaps they know something in the future. Something for you. All will be revealed. Come.
I hope.
You step through the hall and into a larger room. There's the statue of Danu, 2 guards with long, what looks like pikes, standing by the entrance. As you enter, they will give you this suspicious look. You pass inside and you see 2 more guards, a couple of priests. It looks like an occult scene. Candles have been lined up on all the shelves. The room you're in is an oval room with wood benches, several openings and a mezzanine above. It stretches up like a tower, and at the very top is a giant bell hanging above you. There is also a shrine at the far end of the room, and a small little garden outside a open wooden door. You will see someone enter and leave, and outside you can hear people talking and chanting. The man will turn around towards the temple and with his light from the torches in his back and the statue of Danu behind him. The sainted, the chosen, please grant us your visions. Dear lady, we are here, humble in your presence. He will put a candle next to the statue of Danu. You may proceed.
Avrilyn presses her hands together and bows as if in prayer.
Out of the corner of your eye, you will see 2 priests, clearly the main priests here to perform this prayer. The man will look up and whisper to you, "Ah, the Trana have arrived."
The Trana?
Those of you who were here last time will remember that that is the monks that are in charge of the worship of Danu.
Oh.
One by one, you will be given the gift of insight. Those who wishes to see the truth can join Laura and Richter here. They will open a door with a circular cobblestone staircase leading down to the basement. The man will smile eagerly.
Great priest, what does this entail? How should we prepare ourselves to face a trial? To
He
show our
just raises his
devotion?
finger to his mouth. Shh. All will be revealed. The answers you've been waiting for.
Arlen is going to pat Daniel. Is going to pat Daniel on the shoulder reassuringly, then rub her ear.
As
Mr. Danu.
as Daniel looks at you, gives you like a wide eye, as if, are you sure?
Mr. Danu, I don't like dark places. And I know you said to keep my mouth closed, but something's bad.
Yes, I'm sure it will be okay. I feel like I'm ready. Can I go first?
The man by the door will raise a hand. It is unusually long and spindly. He raises it like he waves something away from his face. Yes, you may proceed. They accept you. Go on.
What are they doing right now? Those two.
They're just standing by the door.
Arlen is going to nod to Daniel and step forward.
You step through the door and walk down the cobblestone stairs. Arlene disappears.
I always find the quiet corner as I say, "Oh, this is such a momentous occasion. Excuse me, is there somewhere I could sit?" As I feel my knees buckle, as I ask one of the priests or attendants.
Yes. The presence of Danu can be too much for some. Have a seat, my friend.
And as I would,
He will sit you down, and a little cup, a wooden cup of water, will be presented in front of you. Here.
thank you. As he would take with both hands the cup and bring it closer. However, just kissing the cup, not actually taking any sips. With the other hand, holding his ear, as the microbic connection between him and Arlene is constant, and he would hear what she hears, and she would hear whatever Daniel hears.
Anyone can do a. Does anyone have any cybernetics?
Oh.
No, that's maybe it's the tech priest.
Aside from Zerubbabel.
Cybernetic replacements.
Anything.
I have some implants, not replacements though.
Visible?
No, below the screen.
Okay. He will sort of
Daniel?
he will rub your shoulders and try to make you feel at ease. He won't feel anything unusual.
We'll hear through the microbead is Rickard going, "Don't drink anything."
As the tech priest is behind him, Daniel resists the absolute urge to remind Reichard that he's an excellent investigator, and without his artful insight, he would surely not know to not take dreams from strangers. It is quite a fight within him to not give him such a reproach, but yet he shows his professionalism and doesn't.
The man just puts the water down on the bench. Are you feeling better?
I am still holding his ear. Yet I am afraid that my constitution is not as mighty as it used to be. at my age.
After a little while, the man will appear again. This unusual, spindly man from the stairs walks up, lit up by the torches, and will look at you, Rick. Rick had to go. Then you, Bob. He walks up to you, or the guide walks up to you, looking at the man by the staircase. He will lean in next to you. My friend, Danu has been known to bless even mutants. No matter how long it has gone, there is a blessing for you as well. You will not be ignored as you have by the saints and the god of the Imperium. You are one of them. If you go, you will belong for the first time. You are one of us. Do you see? He will pat your shoulder. Slowly nods. You can go with them.
And Bob's gonna lean in his shoulder and say, I was gonna go with them whether you wanted it or not.
A wise choice. He bows and slowly walks backwards, smiling under his robe. Bob disappears down the
Take the
stairs.
little ones. I said, because I gotta protect the little ones.
The man just looks at you confused. The little ones?
As you would see, Daniel says, mimicking your lips being tight, saying, as you know, our friend here, I'm afraid he has a condition.
Do a deceive test, -20.
Deceive. Fucking damn it.
Either Bob or anyone else who was just to speak up.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Oh, fudge, that inspiration is coming in. Does anyone have deceive?
No, but I will try.
No one. No. I wanted you to assist me, not to roll, but thanks anyway. Now you can't assist me. Fucking asshole.
I don't have it, but I can certainly roll for it.
God damn it. Okay, I'll salvage this. 1 second, let me check something.
Holy shit. I'm feeling with
Close.
-1.
Actually pretty
I'll just
close.
pass you my inspiration. Why not?
I'm gonna use
Hey,
because this is way too important. I'm gonna use Mastery Deceive for a fate point.
Awesome.
Success with 6 additional.
Nice. What do you say?
I spin them a tale of him being the father, but something happened and now he became like this, and he's still troubled by his past as something atrocious happening to his children, and due to his size and his skewed perception of reality, he finds himself always replacing the people around him as to his children, referring to them as the little ones. I wrap it in such grief, mystery, and compassion as the story almost brings an outside observer to tears. Perhaps not a priest, but certainly convinces him of.
The man will take his light, the candle is holding, and turn around. Suddenly this mournful expression forms on his face. My friend, I am deeply sorry. I did not know. You know, it is said that Danu can grant visions from beyond, where the dead reside. Perhaps you will be able to see your children again. I cannot make any promises, of course, but it is possible. He nods as he walks to the door. You can see Laura, the lady with these long spindly hands, nod politely as you walk up to the door. Enter. Bob, as you walk down the stairs, you will begin to feel cold. It is getting colder and colder and difficult to breathe.
On the walks, none.
You find yourselves in a dark dungeon. It is giant. It looks like an underground reservoir. There's a pool of water and you hear dripping water in the distance. The echo is overpowering. As you enter this large, looks like a aqueduct. It's like a giant underground water reservoir, and everything is cobblestone and stone. You see some old figures standing in the water, look like statues. There's a brazier burning in front of them. The man will walk across the water. You hear the splashing of his boots kicking up the water as he walks over. Richter next to you will point. Follow me. As the door is closed behind you, there are now two doors separating you. Daniel and Zeta Beta. The strange-looking figure will appear again in the stairs. She looks across the room and closes the door behind her. She will look to you, Zeta Beta.
Take off your robe!
Why must I take off my robe?
The ritual will not work unless you take it off.
She looks quite antagonistic, quite angry as she takes off her hood. You see these two giant blackish eyes. She's tall, spindly, and her robe is just hanging by her shoulders. She's perhaps a head taller than you. She will slowly walk across the room with a menacing gait.
We have no secrets here.
If you have no secrets, then there's nothing to be alarmed once you see. He'll pull off his hood slowly, but have one hand down by the sword.
What do we see when the robe comes off?
You definitely see the helmet of a Skitarii. But you can see that it's like freaking, like from the disguise, it's like some of the markings of the Mechanicus has been like painted off?
You can attempt a deceive test minus 50 if you'd like.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Would the deceive be for disguising or these marks?
Yeah,
or...
disguise.
Nice, I can work with that. Should I have
Please,
thought of this ahead of time?
Only Zeta Beta, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
how unfortunate, Zeta Beta.
That's not happening, okay?
Alrighty. As you take the hood off, she will whisper something. And you will see a light come on in the room. Like a flare. You can roll initiative. You get a surprise attack. Roll willpower. Roll willpower, Zeta Beta.
Oh, shit. Give me a second.
Shit.
Ah, yes. I succeed. Just
You succeed. With how much?
it's just a straight flat.
Oh, unfortunately, that is not enough. Let's see. You can roll a d100.
God, he's been hit by fear.
Boy.
What
63.
hallucination.
How much did you get?
63.
This is right. Fainting dead away, the character keels over and remains unconscious. Roll a d5.
God damn it.
You're gonna
Why
see
do I
the
keep
most.
fainting?
You're gonna see the most terrifying thing you can imagine. What is it?
I see Holy Mars like literally becoming a forest.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
you're unconscious for 5 rounds,
Crap.
and you're shaken. Now, did you roll initiative?
I did. I'm going first. Not anymore.
He slips first.
There we go. There's a new interface here. It's a little confusing.
What I've seen, it was too spooky. I haven't taken a nap for that.
How do I remove the measure?
Just switch to legend. It's on the left.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you have the ruler selected, I know.
Damn. You go ahead and roll as well, Ty.
They don't know my number yet, but should I interfere? Okay. I should have used the custom one, but this works too. 13.
13.
Oh! Yeah, 13 is my initiative. God
Go.
damn!
Nice. Go ahead, Zeta Beta. It is your turn. Oh, you're sleeping.
Yeah, I'm knocked out.
Corliss and the guards will rush over to you, and the question is, do you have your microbeat on transmitting?
Yeah, I do transmit to the backups that they can hear that emotion, and there's a beeping noise which signals them to start their assault. And right now, Daniel will try to buy as much time as possible.
Got it. Then, Daniel, You will have to do a willpower test.
Is it psychic power related or?
It is.
Okay, it's important for me. Success with 3.
Nice. You resist, you feel this powerful urge to obey the voice, and you hear this, and you feel possessed by something to pick up an object from the ground. But as you look down, it's like this magnetic force is pulling you to the ground. You resist it and snap out of it.
Okay, time to bullshit my way through this. As he reaches for an object of the ground, as the voice compels him, he retains control of his body and instead reaches towards the unconscious Zeta Beta, saying, turning to the priests and cultists and saying, "Please forgive him, enlightened ones. He has been malformed by the invaders from the stars. A toy for their crude obsessions."
You can attempt a -50 deceive test.
-50. See, this is why we master deceive first. This is why we always master deceive first. But I'm burning through my faith points. I got one more faith point left, and I'm gonna succeed with 1 additional. As I make the compelling argument, I explain to them that in search for troops, these metal men try to augment innocent people off the streets. He, the first of us, the one who received not a vision but the maltreatment of these star people, he describes as he tore off his limbs, removed his flesh, and prod him with knives, as he tells to them as if relayed to him by none other than this poor disciple Zeta Beta, so malformed from his original design, so mistreated by this metal men that they even dare to brand his skin with their icons. What sort of man would do this to a fellow man, I tell you?
At which point you'll see Bob turn round and look at you, and
I think
visibly angry and about to open his mouth.
Wait, didn't he walk in?
Yeah, I think you're
You're
in
not there.
another place. Yeah.
You're not there.
Oh, right. I thought. Oh, sorry. I'm still.
No worries.
Apologize.
Now, do they buy it? That's the question.
Do your deceive test.
I succeeded with 1 additional using a faith point.
I don't see it.
Mastery. You don't need to say it. You must believe me because I spent a faith point for it.
Then the man will, or the woman rather, will step forward.
He's one of them. Take him away.
The guards will hesitantly walk across the floor, pick up Zeta Beta, and drag him into an adjacent room.
You. What did you see? Why did he follow you? Why were you together? Speak the truth.
Speak the truth, yeah, right. As we've told the other priests before, we were brought together not by mere chance, but a vision. We assume first to be the Emperor, the god brought down by the star people. Yet his form does not match the beautiful lady within our dreams.
Take her for a cleansing.
Him. The guards will attempt to grab you as well.
It's. I will play along with them for now.
You are taken away.
Now we all have to wait for them to breach this place. Fuck.
You should have just let me do a terrorist attack on this damn temple.
Hey, it's a long game.
The long game.
Now, all alone, Bob and Arlene, you will be hearing this on your microbeats. The priest standing next to the symbol in the water. You can see his shadow reflecting in the water, and he turns to the statue and begins to chant.
Is he?
We hear that our guests have had visions. Perhaps you have seen the Aldrayad. Tell me, my friends, what did you see?
I saw a vision of a beautiful, elegant lady. She outstretched her hands from the sky, and I saw a that was the first vision. Then I saw a warrior. He was reaching up from below, and she will describe in like crude detail the Eldar Exarch that she saw.
And the man looks inquisitive and steps towards the light. You saw the Wraithbone device.
The device?
Yes. The device grants them power and influence. Danu is the force that stretches up through the earth into the sky, gives everything color and power. The priests, he says, walking forward, and as he does, his head sort of motions to the lady standing next to you, who you remember was called Laura. The priests are blessed by Aldrayad. They are the true children of Danu. If we worship them, they will grant us powers to survive this assault.
The priests, not Danu, not the device?
Danu is their saint, their god. By praying to it, we can fulfill their prophecy.
But
you must worship them with all your heart. Always do their bidding. Always do what they ask. They are the extension of Danu's will. Is that understood?
Yeah, I think I do. What?
We were able to survive the Imperium. Help.
But what about these things, the new things, the ones that are coming from the sky right now? I saw it in my vision. The warrior was reaching.
He smiles, chuckles to himself. They are completely powerless. Once Danu rises, and the Wraithbone is lit again, we will sacrifice the cursed ones, and Danu will be reborn into flesh.
Will it be here?
He breathes heavily. Tell me, what do you know of Danu? And any of you can do a lore test for religion.
Is it scholastic?
Yeah.
No.
I don't presume we can also do it here
Oh,
in
yes.
another room.
No. She doesn't know anything. Unless the Ogren knows religion. I don't know, maybe Ogren does.
Who knows? Do you have it, Bob?
Do you have occult or philosophiles?
Only warp.
This is a scholastic lore.
No.
Do you have a not conditioned intellect, the one that allows you to roll scholastic lores as if you knew them?
No, she doesn't.
Miss, you can't. No, you can't.
I
Pray
know.
to anyone but the
I know.
Emperor, because he's her bestest friend.
Interesting.
Shouldn't listen to this silly priests above. You saw the vision. The Emperor.
Are you sick? You will see the light in the. You will see the light in this vast ocean start to dim and everything turns dark. A cloud circles you, and you hear a strange voice from the cloud, the cloaked woman.
Are you certain of this?
What?
Doable power test, Bob.
Oh, that's gonna go well.
Oh no.
That's 3.
You do have a fate point if you feel brave.
Failure with -2.
Roll the d100.
But would Danu be able to help us if she isn't here? Where
3.
where would she rise?
Reeling in shock, the character backs away. Cannot willingly approach the person, but he can otherwise act naturally. You see something terrifying in front of you. It is this vision of Danu itself standing in front of you. You see the goddess Danu. It appears very real to you. You have no way to discern this from a vision, fiction.
Bob is gonna go with his heavy bolter. Elaine, I think you need to get away from here.
What you saw was Danu. Do you still believe the Emperor is stronger?
I do.
Where is the
Island.
Emperor now? Call upon the Emperor. Let us see if he comes.
I don't need to. Because I feel him every single day.
You saw Danu in the flesh. She is real. The Emperor did not dare to fight her. That is how powerful she is.
What about the monsters? Is she powerful enough to defeat them? There's so many. I can feel the weight. They're close to the city.
The man by the statue will once again smile. The monsters will flee once Danu has returned. You do not need to be concerned about them.
But
They're gonna save you when I crush you into your little ball. Hmm?
I'm sorry, I did not understand what you said.
wait,
I
wait.
said, is Danu gonna save you whenever I crush you in a little ball?
The man just looks confused at the woman in the robe. Do a willpower test, Bob.
I don't know, I guess we're about to find out, Bob.
Oh no.
I swear he looks at my sheet and just...
I mean, to be fair, it's not hard to believe the other in has shitty willpower.
-3.
-3. I am not looking at your sheet, so you can relax. You cannot relax, but I'm not looking at it. You are dominated.
Please let Evil Die say, well, I guess she did.
You can go ahead and throw your weapon on the ground. Bob.
Oh, sorry, that you broke up.
Bob throws his weapon on the ground. You're gonna throw it behind you and open your eyes again. The person standing there will attempt to willpower you again.
Danu, where will she ride? Where will she rise? Will it be here? Will she be here to protect us against the monsters? They're coming here, right here, to the city.
The lady in the robe is going to take off her hood, and you can see these two floating globe-like black eyes. Very sharp, bony facial features, and hair, very sort of retreated hairline.
Silence!
Sorry?
Willpower, Bob.
What, from me, Bob again?
Yep.
He's about to mind scan him. God.
Oh, Bob.
How many people are there in the room?
Oh, Bob, you suck. -1.
The servant, 3 people, other than you. The lady will look into your mind. What are you thinking about right now, Bob?
What am I thinking about now? Bob is thinking about, well, slab, potatoes, and just wanting to protect the little people.
Genuinely
Who
asked
are
the Northern what he's thinking about.
Who are the
Jump-
little people?
Little people are his friends in the uniforms of the Imperial Guard and his friends who,
fuck.
Are you thinking about the uniforms of the Imperial Guard?
and the friends of, yeah, basically.
Okay,
what do you call
so
it? That's
You're thinking of the uniforms of the Imperial Guard.
friends of the Imperial Guard, the what do you call, commissariat. He doesn't know the Inquisition, so that's basically his thing. But his overriding thing is essentially food.
I don't know how to rule this.
Oh, Bob, roll intelligence to see if you remember how the Imperial armor looks like.
Sure. Let's go for
I
that.
swear if he rolls a nat 1,
Yeah, let's see how good your inhibition of the uniforms is.
so it's more
Failure
like
with -2.
even an Imperial does.
You see these like Teletubbies, like it looks like a children's cartoon. It's just these green blobs, almost like candy figures walking across like a candy land.
Stuff. His mind looks so messed up. He not 1d5 insanity.
Any other details to this vision? They're these unrecognizable green blobs. Anything else?
Well, some of them have fancy medals and, you know, occasionally some sort of fancy things on their shoulders and...
Could it be confused for a
right.
children's cartoon show? Yes or no?
Or a child's drawing.
Apart from the fancy hat people, yes.
Do you have any scholastic lores at all?
I can't believe you're genuinely asking.
Common lores? Any lores? No.
Man, you're fishing.
Nothing? You don't really know. You're just visually thinking of these. Your inner world. How the guards
He's
look.
literally a 5-year-old child in a massive slab of meat.
I don't think there's anything in there to really grab. I've tried. There's nothing. There's nothing. Fair enough.
Yeah, that is like, oh my god, there's nothing there.
Fair enough. The vision is gonna end. And she puts her hood back up.
Your friend is very simple. How about you?
So she, while she was reading him, Arlen tried to read her.
Failure.
Well, I already rolled, so too late to back down now.
Go ahead.
2 success.
She's part of an Eldari group. They
She
are looking to get out if they've been infiltrated, and they are interrogating you to find out if you're here to infiltrate them or not. That is what's going on right now.
anything on location of Danu? Or where Danu should rise?
Yes. Once they find the Wrathbone device, an ancient device buried underground by their ancestors, untold millennia ago. They're looking for it, and whoever finds it, whether it's the Navigator Houses or aliens, or you or Icarus, whoever finds it will be granted the powers that Danu holds, and will become quasi-gods.
Oh. Does she have any idea how the device looks like? Or
No.
any hints about location?
No.
But it's made of Wraithbone, at least something.
Somewhere underground. It is so powerful that it emits all the psychic energy on this planet.
Aha. Yes? What about me?
You can do a willpower test.
Willpower test. And she has... What was the talent? Bastion of Iron Will.
Nice.
And resistant psychic.
Bonus if you also have strong-minded.
Oh, and also strong-minded, right?
Yes.
Unusually resistant.
There's at this point like psychic energy floating in the air.
I see.
She will push a little device on her chest.
What's happening?
You can hear a noise, someone running down the stairs. And at this point, you will hear someone breaching the door to the Temple of Danu. The lady curses. She will begin running through the water.
Through the water? Ah. What about the other two? One, two, three.
Okay, what's going on?
You said she's walking through the water. Larence asked you about the other two.
Yep, they will be standing guard. She will start to run away.
Do they have any visible weapons?
Yes.
Laura and the other? What sort of weapons?
You don't see any.
Ah, okay. No visible weapons. Well, it's time for initiative. Because, I don't know, does she get a surprise round?
She's running away.
Arlen will try to use her psychic power now.
Go ahead.
On all three of them. How far is she right now?
No, they're spread apart, way too wide. Different directions.
Well, then on any two that she can... Well, wait. That she can get in her field of vision.
There's one 2 meters away from you, there's one 50 meters away from you in the opposite direction, and there's one adjacent to that 45 degrees in like 100 meters away.
Which one is the running one?
The lady.
The 1 2 meters, I presume. She was close.
Nope, she's already sprinted far, far away.
Oh, so she's super fast. Okay.
Yep.
Oh wait, so she's out of range? Like, how far is she? Which one is
About
she?
100
First
meters.
one? Oh crap. Yeah, nothing she can do now. Okay, then she's not gonna do anything because she can't.
Alrighty. The two guards by the door, slowly walking over to you, will seem to be talking to someone. Then they turn to you and the man says, "I am terribly sorry. This has never happened before. Strange things happen when you reach for Danu. I am sure you'll recover. Come."
What is happening? Bob, are you alright? Bob, I'm sorry. I'm afraid my friend, his old trauma is can make him rather difficult.
We've been through a lot. Let's go up to the others.
Bob, can you make it up?
Now, Daniel, I want you to do another willpower test.
Psychic power sphere.
Psychic.
Got it. This time, get a bonus. Has it been an hour since the first psychic power? Okay, excellent. Ooh, success with 8.
Nice. You managed to resist someone using psychic powers on you once. They will attempt once more.
I'll do it again. Still within 1 hour from the first one. Ooh, a little bit worse success with the additional.
They eventually give up on you. Leaving you in the room, they will announce that they have to leave. Your friends have been given the secret. And they swiftly run out of the room. You can hear the door slamming shut across the hall. As you ascend the stairs and walk into the praying chamber, you will see Llewellyn and the guardsmen rush in and fill the room. On the ground, you will see Zeta Beta. Zeta, you have lost all memory of the recent events. You cannot remember anything. The rest of you have perfect memory of what happened. The priests are gone, and their servants have just run out the door.
Of them, not one was captured.
Wait. The priests, like, when did they go? When did they disappear? Because Alan would try to stop them from leaving now that the...
You can absolutely do that.
At which point did they try to go?
When you ascended the stairs, as you turned the corner, they would have rushed and ran out the door.
Yeah, she would try to dominate them.
Go ahead.
How far are they?
You can choose at what point you do it.
Well, as closely as possible. So that's 73. Yeah. Tell them to freeze.
Oh yeah. Easily. You stop the guide. He freezes in his tracks and just stands there looking
Both
straight
of
ahead.
them.
Just one.
He
will stand there just looking straight ahead.
Oh.
You just hold him, and when you hold him, he doesn't try to move.
Bob,
everyone
grab
is
him.
in the room, and he's just holding his position. You all gather in the hallway, and the guardsmen rush in.
I go through the pass over Zeta's unconscious body, and as I pass, he suddenly wakes up. Villager, surely my magnificent presence has roused you from your slumber. Take place.
We really need to blow up this place. I swear to the Messiah, there's some dark voodoo going on here. We gotta blow it all up.
I turn towards Llewellyn and say, Llewellyn, any success in your raid?
She scowls across the room. I just arrived.
Well, the rest are deeper downstairs.
Do you want me to find them?
No, I'll show you the way. Grab some of your men and join me.
She will start running.
I will go towards west, through the door where I've last seen Bob and Arlene.
Yes. You search forever but don't find anything.
I don't find Arlene.
You don't find the guides. Llewellyn will also end up empty-handed.
Does Arlene still have control of the person she was dominating, I assume? Or did they manage to shake it off before we could reach her?
You're all in the room with the guide.
Excellent.
Oh, come on, shake it off! Go grab this guy!
Yes. I shall begin pulling out my tactical notes within my cognitive about torture.
I go to the sister of battle. I tell her, Llewellyn, have two of your men keep company of this Xenos worshipper. Young lady, tell us what you know.
It's the guide, the man. He will slowly turn to you and you see a pale, confused face. I don't know. I thought we were performing a prayer. Then you stormed into the room and the ritual was disrupted.
Unfortunate. And what about you, young lady? Arlene, tell me.
Take us where the ritual was supposed to happen.
Did you say something to the guide?
Yeah. To the guy that we captured. Where was the ritual supposed to happen?
Well, right here. In the temple.
What does it entail?
We pray to Danu and receive visions. As we did.
That's all?
That is all.
What does the praying entail?
We pray as we always do.
Shall I get more answers out of him as you see a medical mechadendrite come out?
Do you use anything to aid in your prayers or visions?
Only our minds and our hearts. Now, I understand I have been deceived. You are from the Imperium. I should have warned them.
Who, pray tell?
Who what?
Who should you have warned?
Laura and Richter, of course. The Trana.
Yeah, your high priest.
He nods.
How about you, girl? As he turns towards Acolyte Arlene. What have you experienced in the bowels?
The Eldar escaped. They're too fast. Too fast for even my power. We need to search every nook and cranny for their escape routes. But I doubt we'll find anything. Still, perhaps...
The man looks up with a scowl. You will not find them. They are blessed by Danu. Her chosen ones.
I whip this guy with the back of my chain sword.
You see him going down on one knee. Why?
Was that necessary? He was cooperating.
It was. He said blasphemy.
Indeed.
Bobby, get an inspiration point.
I hate how well he roleplays an Ocarina. I do have to agree with the young lady. His feeble mind is doing the best he can to answer our questions. Please be patient with him, head priest.
Very well.
But the ordering is correct. Young man, I presume probably the guide isn't young, but he still refers to him as such. Please refrain from saying anything that would anger your questioners. Yes?
He just nods while he's standing, kneeling on the ground.
Let's step away from him for a second. And the moment everyone is... she's going to stand in a way where everyone else is closer to her than the prisoner. She's going to whisper, "It was not all for naught. I was able to look into the Elder's mind as they were prowling the mind of our Ogren friend. I know what they saw there, but it didn't seem to alarm them. I, however, discovered that the Eldar are seeking the same thing that we are. They do not know its location." This thing is some kind of wraithbone construct. They believe that whoever finds it will receive power comparable to that of a god's, whatever that means.
And you know where it is?
No. I know that the Eldar don't. Their ancestors hid it millennia ago, somewhere on the planet. It is a source of the psychic power transfusing the planet. But even they don't know its location. They're hoping that someone else will discover it. That if someone else discovers it, they would be able to sweep in and make use of it. I suspect they have some kind of means of monitoring others.
Typical of the vicious bastards. What about the statue here? Should we leave it intact? Use our best astropaths and psychers. Use it to communicate with the Eldars, or does it pose too much of a threat? Should we burn the question of this temple? And we will burn it all down. But should whatever that statue you interacted with, should we destroy it?
Perhaps a means of communication that we control is not a bad thing. Would Arlen know anything about what the statue is? Is it like an amplifier of some sort? Or?
There are, you can do a Forbidden Lore Eldar tests.
No one really cares what I think. I think we should just smash it.
Would warp work for this?
I believe the Ogren is right. We should get a demolition charge.
Could I also attempt the Eldari test? From our descriptions, give my opinion. Okay. I would like Bob to... he doesn't have the Forbidden Lore. Fuck.
Which Forbidden Law?
Wait, you think he has Forbidden Lore?
Yeah, I was for a second one. Wouldn't it be funny, but... Yeah, he doesn't even have fucking... Does he even have common? No, he has, since character creation, at least he has common.
I don't.
Well, yeah, but, you know...
Wait, language common or lore? What Forbidden Law was the test?
Eldar.
Eldar.
It's called Forbidden Lore Xenos. But we separate that into the different species.
Yeah, that makes sense. Xenos is very broad.
Yeah.
It's very sus.
I love the fact that you thought that Bob had knowledge on...
Listen, Bob could on me.
Anything.
I thought of all knowledge, religion is one he's most likely to have.
God, no! He can't even read!
You don't need to read to practice religion.
Listen,
That's true,
I don't...
that's true. It's an advantage, actually.
In Road Trader, a navigator can instantly kill a creature if it's sentient. To be sentient, you have to have intelligence of 20 and above. Bob has 13. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
You can barely open doors. Oh
If we go according to Road Trader, he's not considered a sentient.
Oh Oh no. He's like a rodent that can speak.
It's like
That's scary.
it's like a bread.
I did succeed the Eldari roll with 5 additional.
So,
So listen, young lady, I can
Sorry,
somewhat
just out of
extrapolate the nature.
out of character, I'm gonna max out his charm.
No.
okay, what did you roll the Eldar for Benidorm
To discern the nature of these statues they have in the temple.
So,
If it can be controlled by...
You've known some Eldari devices, and you've read about some devices that can or contain material or spirit stones that are able to be possessed or have a communication device at another end and be used as a remote communication tool. There's a possibility that that's the case here.
But we wouldn't know for certain unless we investigate further. Unless the device not being in the shape of whatever statue it is.
Yeah, it's just a statue.
Well, we could investigate it further. It could be anything, a relay. It could be a weapons platform that awaits possession from a Farseer. As the de facto leader of this operation, Arlene, it's up to you to make the call on this one.
Do you think there's some sort of device hidden inside?
Well, as you said, it does seem to communicate with other Eldari entities. We do not know if it has a will of its own. It could be a transmitter, a weapon platform, it could be anything. Its true nature has not fully revealed itself, and we cannot discern it unless we take a chisel or take some scans with an auspex to see through it.
Perhaps we could take it apart then and see what's inside.
Indeed. So you suggest we do not demolition it at the moment?
I think we should deconstruct it at the soonest convenience, soonest moment possible.
Do you want it in one piece, still functioning, or should I let Bob here lead the construction efforts?
I think we should deconstruct it, but just not with an explosive charge, but with Mason's tools. And perhaps Bob can wield some of those.
With all due respect, Bob would best serve as demolishing the rest of the place of worship, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As you glance back, Bob's just sitting there nodding at every part of the conversation that's going on, not understanding what the hell you're talking about.
I also, I would. So, should I instruct Llewellyn and her posse to prepare to burn this hollow ground
We should.
while we first inspect the statue?
Well, Arlen looks conflicted, but she goes. She nods along reluctantly. Burning it, yeah, sure. But we should probably search everything thoroughly here. They left in a hurry. They could have left something useful behind. Anything would be of help to us.
Sure. As I would go to... I will make preparations. I will go to Llewellyn. How is she looking right now?
Depressed, disappointed. She's standing there with a chemical flamer A couple of other sisters will walk out the door as you approach.
I see that your sister have joined us.
She will just look in your direction with a scowl. You promised me that we would see battle.
I am as disappointed as you are. The Xenos influence here was much stronger than we expected. Can I
do a charm test?
While they're doing that, Zeta Beta
You
is
get
going to
a.
pull his.
It's a flat roll.
While they're doing that, Zeta Beta is going to start scanning around the area for with a aspect scanner. But first, going to check if there's any like augmentics at all on the guy that we have.
None whatsoever. He's a local. Using your aspect scanner, you can do a awareness test.
Right. I'm going to make it go further, and I'm going to use a tech use instead.
Nice. Llewellyn.
I see everything.
Llewellyn looks genuinely kind of relieved after you talk about your efforts. It was good to see my sisters again. Even though I wasn't told, we have them to thank for the initial information on the alien threat. You know the situation is critical when even the Inquisition isn't told about a military insertion.
There are too many factors at play. However, I urge you to be cautious. The Ordo Xenos doesn't have close ties to the Sisterhood. I am not here to tell you whether or not you should trust your sisters. I'm telling you that you should warn them of the Inquisitor, the other Inquisitors' influence, so that they may guard themselves against Icarus's honeyed words.
She'll grab her flamer with the other hand and take a deep breath. They've just returned from the field. The Tyranids are approaching. They're only one day away.
Oh no.
Are we ready?
As ready as we ever be.
She just looks down at the ground and you can see her gaze go up at you and she looks very doubtful.
Now, Llewellyn, we must focus at the task at hand. Can I entrust you, your sisters and your men, to take all the important documentations here and evidences, that whatever seems of import, relics, anything for later investigations. After that, I wish for you to assemble a purge team to start burning down this profane effigy for Eldari gods.
I will delegate your order to the Imperial Guard Squad. We are not your cleanup crew.
I do not consider you such, but I consider you an excellent and aptitude person, and I can trust you
No
with this.
offense taken. No.
Miss Lowen?
You can see her scowl sort of slowly wane over to you.
Sorry we had to wake you up in the middle of night. And that we weren't able to hold the Eldar. They're very slippery. But, do you think you or one of your sisters could guard the statue? It will be deconstructed, but there may be some sort of Xenos device inside. I worry that it's not wise to leave its guard to those of lesser mental fortitude. And I heard that the Sisters of Battle were very steadfast.
Unless there's an elder hiding in the statue, you need a cleric, not a sister of battle.
We should look for one.
She looks at your feet and slowly looks you up to the eyes. I thought you were one.
An elder? What? Why?
A cleric.
Oh, thank the Emperor. she chuckles nervously. And
Llewellyn just has a completely dead face. No expression.
I'm an astropath.
Then you stay. We are going after the Tyranids.
Right. Good luck. You're going to need it. May the Emperor be with you.
She gives a little disappointed sigh.
Excuse me, sister.
Yes.
Before you go, could I maybe go with you? I want to smash those bug people.
Yes, Bob. You may.
And can I maybe, meet up with Miss Lisa and Mr. Rickard again and smash them?
She nods, taps her flamer a couple of times on her hand, and walks slowly out of the temple. Come, Bob. Let's leave.
Let's go smash them then, yeah?
Bob and Llewellyn leaves the temple.
Okay. Hey, that priest.
In a moment, I'm still scanning things.
Well,
Did you succeed your awareness?
It was a tech use, actually. So I am seeing everything through walls and everything.
Nice, you're using an Auspex. Alright. You are going to find next to the statue of Danu a hidden compartment. Removing one of the loose tiles, you'll be able to push cobblestones that have just been put on top of each other. A bunch of dust and smoke sort of fills the room as you do that, and you pull out all these bricks. Inside you'll find a small little beautiful shrine. It is wooden and embroidered with these beautiful metallic inscriptions. It looks almost otherworldly.
Ripsaw will look at it with disgust. Ew, it's not made of metal. It's not Mechanicus. Gross. Elaine, here. You like this kind of stuff, yes?
What is it?
I have no idea.
A shrine?
It's definitely not Mechanicus, so it's gross. You probably will like it.
It does look interesting.
I knew that you like it.
It's like it's the size of something you can hold in your hands. A little box.
I'm afraid I don't know much about religion. We should definitely take it with us and examine it further.
Oh, I thought you knew about that meatbag religion stuff.
I'm sorry. I know like the basic thing that the priest said in the church.
Hand it over. Mayhaps I may be able to say, actually, no. Can you bring it higher to say, yes, as he holds his lens, like this lens closer to his eye as he puts it closer towards his eyes or further to focus on it. Wouldn't translation an effigy, mayhaps. I would like to roll to identify whatever this is?
It's just a crate
It's just it's just an effigy or what?
made by humans.
Made by.
It's like a little box. Wooden
Do-
box. There's a simple lock on it.
I'm just going to use my chain scalpel just to cut it open.
You will hear a little buzzing sound, and then the metallic device will break in half. You open the crate. There is a small orb rolling around. Next to it you will find 2 ribbons. The ribbons are reddish. The orb is entirely black, and there's some kind of viscous liquid inside of it. As it rolls around, you will immediately recognize it as some Eldari device.
Seeing it clearly, do I have a better idea what we're dealing with here?
No.
Not even. Unless we use it, we wouldn't figure it out, would we?
Right.
Arlen will try to scan it with Psioniscience. Well, starting actually, we should scan many things in this place, probably. Starting with this and then going around. And
You can do a Psioniscience test minus 20.
success.
As you close your eyes, you'll see the Eldar basically using humans for their cult, walking around here and using these as psychic connections between their servants. They will delegate someone to be their servant, put the ribbon on, and they will be almost entirely mind controlled.
With the use of the orb.
Yes.
Ah,
Young lady, does the ribbon have any psychic endowment?
Ribbon is a receiver of psychic energy, and this orb is an amplifier.
this orb is a transmitter of sorts, or an amplifier, and the ribbon makes whoever wears it a receiver. They're used to control people through the use of the orb and by tying ribbons to their targets. We should be wary as the wearers of these ribbons could be among us.
If it just so happens that we know an astute group of people capable of interacting and using Eldari technology far more advanced than what this is, I suggest we give them a call later, or perhaps immediately after today. Although it would be a bit rude to call them in the middle of the night.
Do you think it's wise? This thing could be dangerous.
House Bravazon has done a lot for the Inquisition and for Caster Dive. They will not fail our expectations now. They are a steadfast ally, and unfortunately for both you and I, our only hope right now.
Very well.
So, we'll keep this close and go visit House Brabazon later. Is that all? That priest, have you found anything else?
As far as I know, nothing has been found besides dirt and primitive construction. There's nothing inside the statue.
And here I thought I could attempt to be a mason using my last scatter. What about you, Rar? Do you sense anything more?
Have you taken apart the statue?
I was beginning to start carving it if the dead priest can discern something inside of it.
Go ahead. Yeah, you will see a spirit stone inside the statue.
First I was wanting to freaking...
An Eldar spirit stone.
What is
I'm gonna
this thing?
freaking break this thing with my chain sword with the butt of it, just knock it over.
Marvelous, marvelous. Tech priest, Zeta Beta, if you'd be so
Yes.
kind. How about you take this last starter and carve the spirit stone object you've detected using your aspects?
Yes, there's freaking stones in here. We can barter those stupid knife ears.
Have you
Some
taken the
sort of-
guide away somewhere?
Oh yeah, we're totally gonna take him prisoner, execute him as being the ringleader of the Eldari worshippers here, and proving to the city that we have befell the group and now they're scattered to the wind, but I'm gonna do that later.
Yeah, and also interrogate him more thoroughly.
So he's been taken away.
Ah, yes. I do
He's
have
not,
a skill
he's
for
not in the room.
interrogation.
Then you cut up the statue, find the spirit stone. It is unusually large, and there is still this dim blue magenta light that shimmers in your hands as you hold it. As you pull it out, you feel this. You feel there's something really special about it. There's this dust from the stonework, still covering it completely, dimming the light somewhat.
Danielle, do you know what this thing is?
Usually it's supposed to be a repository for the souls of the Craftworld Eldari, but it's too large. Its light is... Its aspect is something that I am unfamiliar with. Whatever
It's a
role it plays, it's probably not a repository of souls.
Repository of souls?
Yes. Don't, Arlene, why don't you take a peek inside this thing with your mind or something like that?
Maybe it would be better to try that in a more secure location. Does the Inquisition have any warded rooms?
We do, and we're able to craft them if necessary. She's right to be cautious. Keep in mind, the safety of your body should be treated with the same respect as the safety of your soul.
Yes.
And you should know better than that, Tech Priest.
The body can be mended with machine and metal.
Unfortunately, the soul is not so easily mended. Not as easily as the body.
No.
I will investigate this thing in any ways I can. Perhaps if it indeed contains a soul, perhaps I can communicate with it in some way.
I would take apart one of my disguise and basically wrap it in canvas cloth and this soulstone and hand it to Arlene, saying, I am willing to trust you with this, as well as any member of this group. You seem the most astute in this field of work, at least exploratory in nature.
I agree with you, Daniel. She does seem to have a cautious. She seems very cautious about the living.
As for the lack of knowledge you may possess, both me and Zeta Beta here are willing to offer whatever knowledge you may lack.
Thank you. I did feel my lack of understanding of Eldar.
Fear not. We complement each other's weakness.
Yes, thank you. I'll rely on you in this matter.
Now, if there is nothing further, we should dispose of this temple. Make it public. I will orchestrate with the guardsmen, as well as make sure that we've taken whatever pieces of evidence or lore of their profane lore we could find. After burying it, I will direct the devastation of this place.
Oh, you will watch over the gathering of their books. I worry the guardsmen might not be ideal for this task. Fortunately,
it is the data within them that is important, and despite their rough exterior, they do know how to take a book and put it in a garbage bag. and transport it to somewhere where clerks and investigators can assemble the pieces of evidence and catalog them. At the moment, speed is key, as we do not wish to give the enemy an opportunity to destroy anything. I will oversee it. Trust me.
I'm sure that a simple man, such as the guard, can perform this menial task.
These are volunteers, all of them. They have went through months, if not years, of training. They are guardsmen. They've been handpicked by the Inquisition to serve as their militant hand. Do not doubt their capabilities or underestimate them, both of you.
Excellent. And you want to order the guardsmen to destroy the entire temple?
Yeah, badger every book, every piece of evidence. After taking them, just burn it down.
Standing outside in the glittering sunrise, you will see the city bathed in this golden, beautiful light. The wind begins to blow, and it is approaching daytime. People are now coming out of their houses, gathering in the streets for the spectacle. Dozens of soldiers closing off the Temple of Danu. A machine-belted vehicle will be driven up to the temple, and a large, basically like a house-wrecking machine will begin slamming into the temple, crushing these ancient, beautiful statues and grimoires on top of it. The pillars crumble, and you can hear gasps and shrieks of horror from the local population.
Could I make a scene with a speech for the populace?
As the guardsmen begin lobbing grenades into it, you see sides of the temple, pillars, windows just explode out in the streets, huge slabs of stone. Some of the men begin laughing among themselves, smoking glow sticks, like, did you see that one? And he just breaks off another grenade, throws it through the window, and you hear this loud slam inside as another tower goes down. The population starts screaming, running through the streets. One of the men will push someone aside, and you see a couple of civilians get shot.
Oh no.
It looks very successful.
It's unfortunate that they have some supporters amongst the group, but it is what it is. I will address the public if any of you do not mind. I wish to stifle the resistance before more things happen.
Sure.
I would make a makeshift podium behind guards and behind the Imperial Guardsmen and the civilians. With a loud hailer borrowed from one of the officers to keep the peace, he will say, "Citizens, after finishing our investigation, we have found that the priests and the cultists in this very city, in this very building, were the ones working alongside the Xenos, the enemy, the foul beasts who have rended this planet asunder and carved nothing but doom and spelled ruin for the mighty cities, your neighbors, that once inhabited this planet. And they end covertly infiltrating such a place. We have learned of their deeds and their plans to bring ruin to this city. They have showed us that Danu isn't just a myth, but exists. It is not something intangible. It is very much real. And I am humble enough to admit that I've experienced Danu's touch. So I wish to give it a small prayer. As he falls onto his knees and points the prince closer the Loudhailer. Oh, mighty Danu, we will cut your body and feed it to the rocks.
You hear high-pitched shrieks from the crowd. Some of them look at you in horror and then start running away.
Our mighty human race has no need, nor will this profane, useless god find any home within our hearts. We ourselves have stood for millennia against the coming darkness, and in our strongest moments, this universe, hateful and spiteful, has awakened unknown horrors to bring us down. We will not bow to these alien gods. We will push forth and claim our birthright, as it is our galaxy, not theirs, ours. They had their opportunity, and as spiteful as these aliens are, they once again attempt to take that which is not rightfully theirs. Our cities, our people have no use for a useless god.
You get an inspiration point. A few of the people remaining just stand emotionless. And after a while, the square is empty. The smoke is billowing over the city, and you can see more and more people sort of lining up further away on top of hills, on top of some of the roofs even, to look at the fires. And by now it is just a smoldering pile of rubble. You have razed the temple completely.
It was a beautiful building. If we in 2 days we win, we should build a beautiful church, a beautiful temple to the Emperor.
I disagree. We should build a temple in the name of the Messiah.
Daniel would just put a glow stick in his mouth and go to one of the smoldering ruins to light it. And say, not a big fan of religion. Anything would be better.
I'm
How
afraid.
about a titan to be the church?
I'd love to have a Titan, but we could use this moment. Into the days the Tyranids will come, and it will be the deciding hour. If we lose, there will be no more city. If we win, we can attribute this victory to the demolishment of this temple and embracing the human nature by its denizens, embracing the Emperor's faith.
You're left there standing in the wind as the sand whips around you. You see this huge trail of black smoke disappearing in the horizon. One of the guardsmen walks past you with a little nonchalant walk and chuckles to himself. As he sees that it's you, he sort of takes the glow stick away and puts his head down and just slowly slithers between you. And with that, you are left all alone.
Guardsman, it is fine to smoke your glow stick. There is quite some time before you will have to be sent to war again. Enjoy your glow stick.
He looks in your direction and just takes the glow stick slowly up to his face again and takes another sip. Looks behind you and...
I didn't want to appear insensitive to the local population, but they got what they deserve.
I agree. We should make half of them into servitors one day. I'm glad we see eye to eye.
No,
he
Guardsman.
kind of chuckles to himself.
After we beat back the Tyranids, the locals will see the power of the Imperium's arms and the strength of our faith, and they will come to accept the truth, and they will learn to be better.
Yeah, well, Guardsman, you are right. We do have a message to send them, and it's one of peace. Join us or die, and you're doing an excellent job at it. Well done.
Kind of not knowing how to respond, he just lowers his glow stick again and... Right.
With
Thank you.
with a toothy grin, he slaps him on the shoulder and says, "At ease," and just continues watching with the rest of the acolytes.
He'll walk back to his little squad. They look in dread and anticipation for what happened to him. As he slowly walks back, you can almost see his shoulders sink down as he takes a deep sigh. He just got away from interaction with the Inquisition, and he will walk away.
If he ever gets to leave this planet, they will never believe him.
But where do you want to go,
that
guys?
meme. Just like the meme of the Chaos Marine hugging a guardsman. Like, no one will ever believe you.
Nice.
Do we have any destination? I have one destination in mind.
Go ahead.
Well, can you tiptoe, Morten? That's the question.
Few
Can
more
what?
minutes.
Okay. I say
Shall
your
we-
destination.
Well,
Yes, is this destination to torture the prisoner that we have?
no.
That can happen off screen.
Well,
You can just,
I mean, can't you just ask him? He seemed cooperative.
He seems cooperative, but there might be hidden gems. You gotta dig.
What if he starts telling you things just to making things up, just to make the torture stop?
Dig, dig, dig.
It is obvious
Harold
you're
Chandler.
not attuned to this. Worry not, Earl. Hector will do whatever is required. And if not, I'll see to it.
I should retreat to the forge, to our headquarters, and try to commune with the sphere, with the not the sphere. My lack of sleep is getting to me. With the Eldar stone, the one we got from the statue. Yeah.
The Soulstone, yes. If I am ashamed to admit this, but our facilities may not be enough. As Brabazon possesses things you wouldn't believe if I told you.
Perhaps we could stop by them, deliver the stone, and if they allow us to use those facilities.
Yes. I do not. It is not something that I'm telling you should do. Right now, you have a decision to make. Whether you choose to trust our allies in House Brabazon, and if they are worthy of said trust, or you would rather rely on your own capabilities alone, and with that, whatever support the Inquisition may offer you. So, choose.
They don't know me enough. I will rest, and then I will attempt to commune with the stone on my own.
Very well. But do know that you misunderstand something. They may not know you. You're fully correct in that. But they know what you represent.
Awesome. The rest of the time that you spend here, you're relatively safe. There are no immediate threats. So the things you want to do: investigate the stone, interrogate the prisoner. Anything else? So you want to investigate the stone. First off, you can roll a willpower test.
Just roll willpower.
Do you want to interrogate the prisoner, or should someone like Hector do it?
I would like to interrogate the prisoner.
Wait, 1 second. Let's check that. Man, Hector didn't level up in quite some time, I see. How rude is your interrogation?
How brutal?
No, how rude?
Oh, I got 2 checks in that, and my Mechadendrite gives me a +10.
Okay, I'm choosing to trust you. I will assist you and give you a +15 due to condition the interrogation.
Is there any bonuses to the willpower test? Any bonus, like flat willpower?
Yeah. Nice. You'll be able to see into the stone. You're going to have a series of visions. You can choose how deep you want to go. It is a communications device that seems to enter into the Eldari warp space. Your interrogation goes well, Zeta Beta. Where do you do the interrogation?
I find before I do that, I prep a room. I make it as uncomfortable as possible. Have a rickety chair, kind of like anytime you move around, it bounces and everything. I put like a soda drink or something sweet on the table, let it dry so the table is sticky. I crank up the heat.
Where is it taking place?
I'm going to use a. Is there an interrogation room?
Where? You have an interrogation room on Morningstar. There's one in the palace. There's one in the temple, the Pantheon.
I'm going to use it at the palace.
All right. So you're going to go into the palace. You're going to meet Castor Typh, your Inquisitor. A whole slew of Imperial guardsmen and Inquisitorial soldiers. Making a little interrogation room there. You will make it uncomfortable for him and interrogate him. What's your role on interrogation? 1 degree?
Yes.
All right. When you get to the last question, what is it? What is the heart of the matter?
The heart of the matter is is there any other temples dedicated to this heretical BS that you made up?
He will, leaning back in his chair, sweating profusely, tied up, terrified. I don't know. They are like gods. They worship Danu because she grants them powers. I followed them because it seemed like the right thing to do. I understand that I've been deceived. I was wrong. Please spare me. He slumps down in his seat.
Mercy. There is no mercy for the heretic. Now,
I did not know what I was praying to. He started begging and presenting his case. I didn't know they were aliens.
When did your people leave the light of the Messiah?
There are those who still pray to it. They're underground, under the fort.
Seriously, you abandoned it that hard? Sheesh, you do deserve to die, you damn heretic.
He abandoned us. Look at this place. This is no place for metal. It corrodes and rusts.
This is true, but rust can be removed, repolished, and repaired. You did not seek that. You did not hone your faith in the Messiah. With that, you let your very selves, the temple of your machine.
Wait. I have seen something. This may be of use to you, if you promise to spare me.
I promise I will spare you.
He nervously looks over to the guardsman by the door.
Oh. I suppose my fate is sealed.
You said I will spare you, and I shall.
He slumps down again.
Then it is hopeless.
Hopeless? Well, I can make it more hopeless for you at this moment. So either tell me, or I can make it even more painful for you.
Alright, you can roll another interrogation. This time, minus 10.
Minus 10. Four additional.
Alright, after you're finished with him, he can barely speak, but he's gonna be slumped over the table. What do you ask him?
Alright, I ask him again. Where would your others hide? Where would you do if you were ousted, or is there any ritual areas outside of this place? There has to be another fucking place for you to be at. Come on, spill it!
I have seen something. There is one of them. Eldion. They speak of an Eldion.
Eldion, huh?
He communes with us. He is one of them. One of the Eldar you spoke of.
Eldion. This will be noted down, and yes, this will be noted down, and we shall take it to the other acolytes and see what this sheds light to.
He is their emissary to us humans.
The emissary, you say?
His task is to make their faith comprehensible to us. Speak to him and he will answer.
Speak to him and he shall answer. That sounds like somebody needs to speak somebody to with them through the mind.
With that, he will faint.
Zayda's just going to like freaking throw him against a wall. About time I'm done dealing with meat bags. No offense, guardsmen, but you and I are not much different. You are a machine of war in flesh.
Damn, I didn't know Zeta Beta was this brutal. Yeah,
Sorry.
you're gonna throw it up against the wall like a sack of meat, slam the door shut. The guardsman will leave after you, and you look into the orb, Arlene, and that is good.
Is it a two-way communication, or can she direct it in any way?
That's what's coming up now. Go ahead and do another willpower test at -30.
Ooh. Nope.
Want an
Do you
inspiration?
want the inspiration of that?
You can
I
use a
want-
faith point for a plus then if you feel like
Can
you need
re-roll it with my last fate point.
You-
Nope. No, the worst.
99.
Close to
That's
100.
the last result, unfortunately. You receive 12 insanity points. And 4 corruption points. So what's gonna happen is that you will see visions first of a landscape. You get closer and closer, and it's like a Halloween nightmare. Suddenly the ground begins to crack, it turns into maggots, swallows you, you're not able to escape. The vision just keeps going, you fall into this horrible hallway, and everything just turns dark and starts closing in around you. And the nightmare just goes on and on for what seems like 1,000 years. You eventually wake up in the corner of a room, crawled up into a ball, and you have been clawing at your face, trying to get loose for a long time. The orb has left permanent burn scars on your hand. At some point you clasped it and you were squeezing it really hard, and there are now 3 burn marks going down your hand. As you wake up, the ball slowly rolls out of your hand, and you're just left shaking, and you feel absolutely powerless.
She will scamper off to sleep and recover. Wait, how does a sphere leave 3 burn marks? How do they look?
They look like trails, like something has sped, almost like a car has like been driving over your hand. They look like speed marks, like your hand has been ripped through something really, really fast. So whatever happened, the energy as you were ripping yourself out of the Eldari warp literally left these 3 burn marks.
You're talking about like a rope burn?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, nice.
Up your entire hand.
Where are they located? Like on the palm, or like somewhere? Or
Up the forearm. 3 burn marks.
Interesting.
From the place you were holding the orb. There's like a little trail of almost ash after the bowl as it rolls over, like it's been boiling hot. As you wake up, sweaty, tired, you walk back to the group. The sun is shining, the wind begins to kick up, and as you see the guardsmen come out of the houses and people begin to fill the streets, you all gather near the arena with the gallant. Everyone is talking about an impending attack, and that's where we can end it for tonight. Everybody gets 350 XP.
Nice.
Nice.
So
My new staple.